Hello, ladies. Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. How's everybody's Friday night? I have no idea what I'm going to do tonight, but I promised you last time I'd show you my shoes I was doing. And I wanted these to come out like very abstract, kind of like metal dripping down the sides of them. Hang on, you know what? I think I need to mute my computer so you can only hear me on the camera. Can everybody hear me? Eileen, hi Eileen, Pat, Trina, Rain. I'm not sure what the lag time is tonight, but it seems like there must be a big lag. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I see where Trina said she can hear me. Okay, cool. So I just threw some junk up here to talk about. Maybe it'll get me inspired to do something. You guys hear me talk about my niece Chelsea all the time. And she is engaged and getting married in June. And we were talking about centerpieces and this and that, to what we could make. So the other night I was playing with these, and I really liked how this turned out. And it's the simplest thing to do. This is not art. It's just a chore, I guess. But I got some mason jars and painted them. I like the way they painted on the inside better. Just that gloss of the jar. And the florist suggested using real hydrangeas, of course, but got a couple silk ones here just to play with it, to see how it was going to come out, sort of, for little simple centerpieces. And then this is one of her colors in her bridal party. And maybe put some other jars around it with just sand and candles in it and figure it out from there. Maybe a floating candle. But anyway, that's one thing I was working on the other day. I got a case and painted the whole case up. So, also, tomorrow morning, I'm going to meet Chelsea at her house, and we're going to go pick up her new yellow lab puppy. Oh my God, this dog is so flippin' cute. We've only seen pictures of her, but we're going to go get her tomorrow. She's 10 weeks old. Her name's Lily, but she's going to, she wants her to call her Sandy, so we're going to have to reteach her name. But that shouldn't be too hard. Hi. So anyway, so here are those shoes I talked about the last time, and this is what I used on them. This 10 Second Studios, the Verde kit. So you get all these, in this little kit, you get metallic paints. I forget what they all are. Copper for sure. I think that one's bronze. This one is, God, that's heavy actually. That's so weird. That's really light. Of course, I used some. That's heavy, and that's steel paint, and it's got real metal in it. That's crazy how heavy that is. And this is, well, what the hell? This must be brass, and this must be bronze, copper, and steel. And then this is the spray patina. So no matter what color you paint, whatever you paint with one of these colors, once it dries, you spray this patina on it, and it will cause it to age very quickly. So copper patinas into the turquoise color, and that's what I did on here. I took copper paint, and I started out thinking I was just going to like have it drip, but the paint was so thick, I couldn't get that runny. Hey, Colleen. I couldn't get the runny thing going, so I went and got one of my little sponge dabber things and started making little circles and dots and stuff on them. But I'm not wild about it. And if you can see where when I sprayed that stuff on it, like down here it doesn't look so bad. Kind of cleaned up on the leather. But down here, see where it's kind of crusty? Looks like it's almost salt on it. I'm reading the hey Deb, Artsology. Do you have a website, Debbie? Or Deb? Do you have a website for Artsology? I'm not familiar with that. God forbid I'm missing one. I've enabled the links, so if you guys have any kind of websites. Hey, Sonia. Hi. First time. Oh, she's a virgin. Ah. I knew I'd meet one eventually. Welcome, Sonia. Patty, make sure you seal it or it'll fall off after a while. You got that right, Eileen, because it's already coming off a little bit. But I think I'm going to try to get rid of all of it and start over. I wonder if that'll work. Deb, go ahead and put your links up. I've enabled the links. There you go. Artology Blogspot. Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. Anybody else, if you have any kind of links that you want to put up there to share about product or your blogs or websites you like or YouTube channels you like, whatever, throw it up there. I don't care. So anyway, I thought maybe I'd try to fix my mixed up media junkie shoes here. See what I mean? How it's kind of like, Eileen is right. It's just coming off of there. So I wonder, I mean, they kind of look kind of stupid for maybe a little girl would be okay, but for a 56-year-old broad, I don't know. Hey, Erica. Oh, Trina, I'll have to check that out. Cool. I was thinking about doing that again. I love making the papers. It's like I can't stop making the papers. Has anybody ever used this stuff before? Eileen, I know you got a little bit of experience with it. I'm in outer space. I must have missed something. I always miss things. So anyway, I'm going to take just a paper towel and spray a little bit of water and see what happens. And if this just wipes off, I'm going to wipe them off and I'm going to let them dry and I'm going to try something else because, oh look, ah, damn, spray's rusting my staples. Oh, you took a class. 10-second trail on a cruise with a cruise? A craft cruise? Huh. Now you're piquing me interest. All right, let me see what the hell happens here. I don't know what's going to happen. As per usual, flying by the seat of my pants. And here we go. What would you seal this with, Eileen? Did they, since it's on leather, it's like that oiled leather stuff, they're Danskos. Oh, it's kind of taken the patina off, and it's taken that salty, crusty stuff off. Is it going down to the copper again, maybe? I don't know. I'm just going to wipe them down and see what happens, because they are funky looking now. They look like I've been walking out in one of the salt fields from the snow on the highway. Patty, make sure each layer is completely dry, and you have to wait a long time for it to completely dry. Could have been one of my problems. I got no patience. I do think I let it sit. Did I let this sit overnight? No, I don't think I did, now that I'm remembering back. I doubt it. Who am I kidding? So look, it's kind of taken the patina off, but the copper, maybe I'll just like it when I wipe them off a little bit. Maybe I won't have to get all crazy on them. That's kind of looking like you see the copper peek through it a little bit more. I kind of like them like that better. Ah, maybe we got a quick fix here. Okay, stream's over. Good night. Hello, everybody. Decided to use a fixed if you don't mind, but it was on a book cover. All right, well, yeah, see how funky that one is? Kind of crusted up looking. I'm wiping her down. Well, it's right. These staples must be steel because it rusted the hell out of those. But it's pretty cool that this one patina spray, what is in there, I do not know. But it changes all these 4 different metal paints and ages them to do what they would do over time out in the weather. Pretty interesting, I thought. And I'm sure it's highly toxic. What's it say? Apply solution full strength with brush or spray to the surface. See, next time I'll go back in and I'll use the dauber and just daub on here or whatever I'm doing. Hey, Lou Jean. How are you? Oh, you know what? I wanted to take a minute and thank Lou Jean, you reminded me of this, and Colleen. Both recently purchased those wine totes from my Etsy site, which is Inky Obsessions. I really appreciate that you guys supporting me and buying those. I sold a couple to a girl that I work with in New Jersey, and she emailed me today and she said they're much nicer than I expected them to be. She said, I know you don't do junk, but sometimes that stuff isn't as good as you'd hope it would be, but she said she really liked the quality of it. So, Lou Jean and Colleen, thank you so much for buying your wine cooler, your wine tote. May it always be full of wine. Although, Lou Jean, I think you're giving yours to a girlfriend, if I remember. I sold quite a few of those. I got to take another one with me. Next weekend, we're going on a girls' weekend trip down near Ocean City, Maryland, with girls I grew up with. We're starting to hear rumors about getting like 40 inches of snow. What the hell? Oh, and the supermoon. I could moon you right here tonight on camera, and you'd see more than you would of that damn supermoon. What was up with that thing? I never even saw a moon, let alone a supermoon, and I was looking out the window and wanting to make sure I didn't miss it. I bet I got up and walked outside 30 times last night. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with that. But, I didn't even see any moon at all. Yeah, the 40-some inches of snow, that's going to be another record breaker for us. We don't get that. We've gotten it one time that I remember. And that was just a couple of years ago where we had back-to-back storms. It was not pretty. I mean, we're not equipped for it. I mean, if you live in Canada or the North Pole or northern Minnesota or somewhere, you kind of expect it. You didn't miss anything, Erica. I didn't see a damn supermoon. Yeah. Yeah, Eileen, we're changing the topic tonight. I decided I'm going to moon my viewers just so they can say that, yes, we saw the supermoon. And by super, I don't mean super duper. I mean super. All right, I'm going to sit these and let these dry. I kind of like them better just like that, wiped off. Get all that crusty crap off of them. Who knows? Maybe I'll like them. I don't know what the hell's happening. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I want to do. I know that's a hell of a thing. Said something about streaming at what, 3 o'clock this afternoon or something. Here I am, hours later with no idea. These I usually keep, but I'm going to trash this one because there's all kind of 3D and glued stuff from the mason jar fiasco of last week. So I'm going to get rid of this. And I did have a request from somebody to make a piece of art that I can put on a wine bottle that would show the colors of the Kazakhstan flag. She adopted a little girl from Kazakhstan about 5 years ago. And I actually made her, when I was doing my lamp work, I made her a bracelet of yellow and turquoise beads that they did for these gatherings they do once a year with all the adoptive families. And they're having another gathering, and she's asking me to do something that I can have translated into one of the wine totes, because she's the one that bought 2 of them and said she really liked them. So maybe I'll do something yellow and turquoise. Oh, look. There it is. I'll take a picture of this. Oh, you simpleton. Okay. So, oh, I know what I want to show you guys. The collage that I did the last time. Cut her up. Ontario. Hi, Nancy. Oh, Deb, you're in Alberta. The company I work for, we have offices in Ottawa and in Montreal. I've not been to Montreal. I've been to Ottawa a number of times, actually. So here's that collage that I cut up. I like it much better, actually. Where's the camera? Oh, we got to go this way. Okay. Maybe I can tweak that. Hold on to your seats. Here we go. Another adjustment. Will that stay there? Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, actually, I like it a lot better like this. I know, Erica. Too late. You told me too late, honey. Hack that puppy up. But I really do like it much better. Inked all the edges. And I don't know what I'll do with it, but I do like each piece better individually. I think it was too busy for my eyeball. So there's one. Oops, hello. There's one. There's another one. There's part with the big circle in it. And there's part with the lower part that had the square in it. So, I'm much more pleased with those. Erica is not. But, so what am I going to do? Does anybody want to see anything in particular? I mean, can I do anything to actually show anybody something or be helpful? Hey, Dar! Yay! Yeah, 'tis the snow season, huh? If you guys, I know you're lag behind, but if you come up with some ideas of something that you want to see, thanks, Erica. Let me know. I'll try to accommodate you if I can. Right now, it's up for grabs. I could paint some papers. We could jelly plate. Do a collage. Anything new with the jelly plates? Not really. I mean, the newest thing they have is an 8-inch plate that's round. So that's kind of new. And what was the last technique that they showed? Does anybody remember that? What Jelly Art showed the last time? Hey, Barb. Okay, well, jelly plate. All right, let me get my stuff. I'm actually going to pull out my one that I cut up so I get a full piece of paper. Choose wax, paper, plastic bag, and smush the paints. Have you lately? No, I have not lately, but I think that I should. Oh, the painterly thing. Yep. Nah, it's all coming back to me. So this is my 12 by 14, my original one I had. Hack that puppy up. Yep, I wanted an 8.5 by 11, so when I did an 8.5 by 11 page, I had a full color sheet and not a white border. Sometimes I don't mind the white border. Sometimes I like the white border. Sometimes I don't want the white border. So, and as it works out, I got a few new stencils from Stencil Girl. So maybe I'll try those out, warm them up. Good Lord, this baby is stuck on here. It's kind of cold down in my basement, but I have to eat more damn Wheaties to get that thing off of there. Sheesh. Holy moly. Alright, let me see what I got here. I got a new plate of glass because this one is really munged up, as you can imagine. But I haven't taken the time to sit down and take it out of the frame and put some tape on it, so I'll just use this one. Yeah, I got a cheap one of those use a coupon and get it up at Michael's, and they have the glass, just the glass that goes in the frame, and I just get that. It's only a couple bucks it ends up. But then it's, I'm going to get rid of this because this makes it scooch around a little bit more. That newsprint is kind of slick. Get rid of my paper palette. All right, let's see what we got here. You know what? I think I might do some deli wrap because I've been doing more collages, and I got this different kind of deli wrap a while back actually, but it's a 12 by 12 sheet, and they're flat. They don't have that crease in the middle. Oh damn, but this is well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use it for collage. I'll have a couple inches on it that's not painted up. So let me grab some paints. What the hell? Oh. You know, maybe I'll grab some turquoises and yellows out of here and try to come up with a jelly print that I can take a picture of and put on a wine tote for my friend. Perhaps I'll do that. Got a bunch of turquoisey colors here. Okay, just in case anybody's texting or emailing me, wants a question on the, I'm looking away from the chat right now in my paint bin, pulling out some paints. So, if I miss your question, I'll try to come back around. Have you tried the slick paint? I did. Look. There's some. I have some left. So you can see it took so long to dry down here in the cold. I touched it and smeared it a couple times. So what you have to do, and what I didn't do, and you can see it if the light hits that right, and maybe it won't, to try to show you, of course, but I should have used more gel medium. Some of my layers of gel medium are really sparse in there, and I think if I'd have had it a little bit thicker, it probably still wouldn't be dry, but then it just peels off. But it's hard to keep it all together when it's really thin. It kind of comes apart. But there you go. You can see it pulling up. But you got to watch it, because when it pulls up, if it touches itself, it is stickeroony right there. But it's really cool when you pull this out and you put it down on a collage over top of something. Love it. I did that on that black collage. That collage I just showed you that I cut up, actually. This little bit here and here. These little, they're that stuff. See, can you kind of see the dimension in that a little bit? And down this side, this little strip, that's all that tulip 3D paint. I like it. I like that stark black and white anyway. All right, let me grab some cardstock for me to use as my clean them up pages. My brayer. Is this my old one? I think it is. I better tap in those pins. This is the one that goes flying apart, I think. Try not to anybody to get hurt. Etsy. What did we get on Etsy and eBay? I gotta go back. Uline. Damn it, I missed something. Jane used it on the jelly too. Oh crap, what did I miss? I hate to miss stuff. I do. I'm gonna play with one of these. I got these new, they're catalyst tools, like those big rubber wedges that you use in the plate. I'm going to use one of those just to play. Okay. Oh God, poor Justin. He had it all and is crapping it all away, isn't he? It's kind of sad. But I don't know what to tell him. I saw Carolyn Doobie using this, and I love this pattern as a stencil. So I had to get this. And this one caught my eye. It's Tribal Leaves. I like that one. And this, Squares and Circles. Love this. So I'm going to play with those for this first one. I don't know that they really go together, but I got a couple little ones too. This Runes, or whatever it's called. I really like that. It's very random, but they didn't have the big one. I would like to have this on a full plate. And then this one I got just to use for, more for like scraping 3D stuff in it when I do a canvas. Yeah, Trina, I really like that one. I've been eyeballing that one for a while, and I thought, oh, crap, I can't stand it. And right after I placed my order, don't you know, they launched a couple other ones that I really like. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be an eye stencil thing coming up here pretty soon that I'm going to want to save my shekels for. Don't know when, but we're sneaking up on it now. I think we're maybe a couple weeks away. Don't worry, I haven't had a stroke. I'm trying to read up on the stream, or the chat rather. All right, I'm just going to go mix up a bunch. Oops, that's a little bit too much. Right off to a roaring start. I'm going to try to do... Oh! Ah! Hold on! My whole drawer of some of my paints flew out of the cabinet that it's in. Hang on. Got paints rolling everywhere. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Alright. And we're back. Oh, a Looney Tune, I'm telling you. Black. Maybe some iridescent medium. Alright, let's start with this. I don't know what we're doing yet. Okay, Deb, thanks for stopping in while you were here. It'll be up on YouTube later. What is it, Erica? Oh, that's even exciting for me to hear. I'm just putting a couple different colors of turquoise down here. I got way too much. Oh, that one's kind of snotty though. Hang on. Where are you? Paper towel. Needed to shake that one. Let me shake it up. All right, let's try that again. Oh, that's better. That actually looks more like paint instead of paint and snot mixed up. Hope nobody's eating. Oh, we got Squeaky Lou here on the brayer. Sweet Mary. Now I know why I drive people crazy to sit here and do this with me half a day or all day. Oh, bless their little hearts. Okay. Hey, Charlie. Deli paper is so easy and fun to do on the jelly plate because, see what you can see? You can see everywhere that it's touching. You have to barely, just the lightest touch. Ooh, light touch. Like it. Like it, like it, like it. I'm going to put that over here to dry. Going to pull again. Jeez, with these I can probably get 3 pulls out of them. See what happens with this one, then I'll know. Hey, Reba. Well, right now, we had some jelly plate requests, so I'm just playing with my jelly plate right now. Mixed up a few turquoises. A friend of mine asked me to come up with some sort of a piece of art that's turquoise and bright yellow to use to do simulate the colors that are in the Kazakhstan flag, because she adopted a little girl from Kazakhstan like 5 years ago or so. And they do an outing every year for all the families that did. And they usually have like an auction or something, a silent auction. So I'm trying to just make some yellow and turquoise papers that I can use in a collage that I'll use to take pictures. Oh, I like that one. Look at that, how it just came out like a tracing of the stencil. Oh, where the hell's the camera? There we go. Oh. I like that one. That came out cool. So now I got all that good stuff underneath of the stencil. Don't forget. Look at all that yummo. Come here, lover. I'm pressing that really lightly because I'm going to try to get 2 of those. Oh, that'll be easy. Yeah, look at all that paint still on there. Wasn't really a ton of paint, but it was a decent amount. Now I'm going to push pretty briskly on this one, and then I'm going to turn... Oh, you know what? I'm going to put another piece of deli. I was going to make them a sandwich, but I'm going to make it a double-decker. Put another piece down to put this on. See what I can get off of that. I really like this stencil. I got the 12 by 12. Hang on, let me look at the box. I got it online. I can, this is what it is. Quick wrap, grease resistant sandwich wrap. And it's in a dispenser that kind of like you cut it open from the top and just pull a piece out. It's 12 by 12. Sandwich wrap, quick wrap. 1,000 count sheets. Somewhere online, you have to Google that and see. I can't remember. It was like a restaurant supply or something, I think. I remember somebody, gosh, months ago was using some 12 by 12 jelly and deli paper on a YouTube I was watching, and I probably asked it 3 different times if they would tell me where they got that, and I never got a response, so I'm guessing the answer is no. Oh, look at that yummy. That'll be pretty to pull up. I love those little ghosts laying on there. Spooky little devils. Don't scare me. Alright, let's see what I can do on this now. Maybe this over that? Is that too much? No. I don't know. You know what? Let's try the leaves over top of that. That's just a different kind of design. Let's see what that looks like. And I'll do that in the yellows. Rain, it's probably a couple weeks out. And trust me, as soon as I can do or say anything about it, y'all will know. Trust me when I tell you that. I've been chomping at the bit. Oh, there you go. Is that a link for the sandwich wrap? There was another place I found it, but you had to buy so many boxes, and you got a better deal, of course. But I was like, how the hell many boxes of 1,000 sheets of deli do I need? What stencil are you using with the blue? That is a Stencil Girl stencil. See if it's got a name on here. It's L223. It says Maine, M-A-Y-N-E. I think that might be the artist's name, though. I think this is called like Circles and Squares or something, kind of simple name to it. But it's really cool. It's all kind of overlapping. I really like it. I like all kind of different stencils. I got a ton of eye stencils. I got a ton of Stencil Girls. Crafters workshops. Never met a stencil I didn't like. You got to watch some of these deli papers that you go to buy online, because some of them have like logos and stuff on them, and say best burger in town all over them or whatever. So you got to kind of watch. I'm going to do one of these plain and see what it ends up with on this yellow. This one's the tribal leaves. I love anything tribal like that. Like those, the pictograph paper that I used, and petroglyphs and Egyptian symbols, and maybe I should have been a cave woman. Ah! Oh, I got a good joke for you, but I don't know if you can all take it. It's a little crusty. Want to hear it? Let me know. I'll tell you. You might be sorry. Okay, that's kind of, I bet that'll work over top of this. Okay. Let me give it a go. I'm going to try it over here. You have over 500 stencils, Rain? Is that what you're saying? Sweet Moses. I thought I had a lot of stencils, but you got me beat, girl. Of course, I've only been collecting them for about, well, 2 years now, I guess. Not quite. Basement cave woman. Yeah, that's me. Okay, so do you know why cavemen used to drag their cave women by their hair? Anybody know? I'm going to wait for the lag to catch up with me so I can see what you say. If anybody's got a guess, why do the cavemen drag their women by their hair? Yeah, it wasn't a good choice over that. Nobody? Nobody's got a guess? Ooh, look at that. Okay. They drug them by their hair because if they drug them by their feet, they'd fill up with dirt. Ah. Oh, those damn crude cavemen. Although logically true. That's not wowing me with the yellow, but I think that would make a cool black pop. Not wowing me. I forgot to, gotta go back and clean off my stencil. I just caught up to where you guys are laughing. Hopefully nobody's offended. I would imagine if you'd follow me, you'd take a while to be offended. Just saying. Okay, that's not much on there. I don't get it, Erica. I'm going to have to draw you a picture. All right, what am I going to do with this one? Yeah, I do like Deli. Listen to that. I love it. Wonder if this would look any better in like any of the yellow colors. Let's give it a go. One way to find out, right? The JJ. That's a good one, Rain. Alright, let's try mixing up a couple of these yellows and try another stencil. Dave had to work tonight. So, just me and the pups and this squeaky damn brayer. Sweet Moses. Alright, let's try this one. Let's see if this has... Yeah, because this one says Doobie. That's Carolyn Doobie's design. It's L243. And I forget what that one's called, actually. Oh, there's a piece that didn't come out. Let me knock that out of there. I've seen a few of her videos using this one, and I just really... It appeals to me. It appeals to my sensibilities. Yeah, I know you can't offend me, right? You'd have to go pretty far and ugly to try to defend offend me. Not that I'm a crude, rude person, but well, maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not a prude. Let's put it that way. Ooh, there you go. That's cool. I like that design a lot. Good job, Carolyn, if you're out there and you see this. Pick up a little bit of more of that. Wow, still got a decent print out of that. That's still pretty good. Let me see. Let me try taking this first one I did. That's pretty bold. Let's see if it'll hold up to this. That might be too much. I think I need more dissimilar designs to work with. I need to pull out more stencils. All right. It's hard to see even here. It really is. And you know, it's kind of translucent, so it's changing that to green in some spots. I need something to stay more true to the turquoise color. Let me try... I need more stencils. Hang on. I need to get a couple different designs going in here. Where are you, stencils? There you are. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I'm just going to grab this one box. This one has mostly Crafters Workshops in it. And I'll grab some of those. Oh, and I have some... that's a Finnabair stencil, actually. Oh, that's a, what's his name? Andrew Skinner. That's an Andrew Skinner. That one's kind of cool. Something like this. Oh, where's my, I like that one. I love that one. Some of my old favorites, so I don't dig down here far enough. That's kind of a smaller one. I can use that. Where is my... Oh, wait a minute. Where the hell is my Aboriginal? We were using that the other day. It's got to be in here further. That's one of my all-time favorites. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I don't see you. Did you lose your way? Holy crap. Oh, did you, Rain? Yeah, she was great. I took her class, oh, maybe it was last summer-ish, at the Queen's Ink. A lot of fun. Where are you? Oh no, I'm starting to panic. Ah, there you are. Hello, lover. That's one of my favorites all times. All right, that ought to hold me for a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Come on, people, get in here. Cooperate with me. Okay. Yellow sun starburst on top of blue. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Maybe I'll get that one kind of looks like the rays of the sun kind of thing out. Now here we go. Try that one. Good thinking. Somebody got some brains around here. I am tired of thinking. I had to think all week. You're asking too much, people. Oh, Erica, is that where you are, Colorado? Okay. All right, I'm going to clean this up a little bit here. What's this? Ivory. I'll try this. Of course, it's not open. I'm gnawing it off. Good thing I got a dental plan. Oh, which I think I'm going to have to take advantage of. All of a sudden, one of my furthest back lower molars is hurting like crazy when ice hits it. I mean, knock your socks off kind of get your attention. Okay, I must have something in my brayer. It's making that little pattern everywhere. What the hell is that? Oh, a hair! Mojo! Little devil. They are upstairs quiet as a mouse, which is always... Oh, yay, Marianne! I'm glad you got the chat this time. Marianne's watched before, but she could never get the chat to work. I'm just doing some jelly plating right now. Trying to make some turquoise and yellow collage-y kind of stuff for a collage I want to make for a friend in the colors of the Kazakhstan flag. I'm not sure. I've never done a cleanup on Deli before. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I can't wait to see that puppy tomorrow. I hope I don't end up with... Hey, Donna. I hope I don't end up with a third one. Good Lord. Dave's going to go with us, I think. Because it's about, well, 2-hour drive for us. It's all right. Nothing to write home about with the colors. Nothing to write home about. I need to do some writing home kind of prints. I'm not wowing myself with this stuff. Is it the paints, maybe? Because I like the stencils. I know it's not the stencils. Let's try. Yeah. Try a couple other colors here in a different kind. I like this. And let's put some PBO turquoise in there. A little bit of that. A little bit of brayer action. Hey, you can't hate those colors. No wonder I'm half insane. Damn brayer. Drive anybody off the edge. Okay. We're gonna go look at a puppy. Yeah, Erica, but it's my niece Chelsea is buying the puppy. She's wanted one. They've had one all their lives. She and my nephew have. And She's getting married in June, and she's just been chomping it. I don't know why I keep turning this. It's 12 by 12. Like, hello. She's been chomping at the bit to get one, and they found one. Actually, my brother found it and sent her the link. She is cute little chubby thing. Oh my God. But come to find out, there's still 6 of them in the litter there. So Dave and I are both softies when it comes to that. But oh my gosh, we do not need another puppy. Lord knows. That's one of my favorite designs. Ooh, got a little PBO in there. Little shimmer. I don't like that. I'm going to grab another one while I can. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that over. Where's that other yellow one I liked? Let's see what we get with this. Putting it over this yellow one. So we're going to go and pick her up tomorrow with Chelsea. I'm in trouble because of the puppies. Oh God, I know. They are just the cutest things in the world to me. Can't hardly stand it. Oh, that's not bad. That kind of held its integrity for the blue over the yellow. That's possibly usable. Let's pick this up. Oh gosh. She said they had a black male and the rest are yellows. 5 yellows, mixed males and females. Bye, Eugene. Thanks for stopping in. I have actually, Sonia. I have tried that. Patty from Queens Ink brought it back from CHA, and she knows I jelly plate a lot, and she asked me to give it a run. I don't mean to bash anybody's product. However, do not spend your money on one of those if you plan to use it for jelly plating. It is not the same. It's very thin. It's very hard. It's very slick. It doesn't have that gush to it like the jelly plate does. It's not jelly-ish. I think if there's maybe another reason that it was another purpose they intended it for, maybe that would be spectacular for that, but that purpose, in my opinion, is not jelly plating. That's a Crafter's Workshop stencil by Julie Faith Van Balzer. Came out a few years ago. Well, a couple years ago. I don't see a name on it. I think it's called Echoes, actually. Oh, you already got it? Well, you ought to read up on it. Maybe it's made for something else, but from what I understand, the demos were not going well either, that they tried to demo like jelly plating at the show, which is a shame, but anyway. Yeah, not so good. I need to try something. You know what I'm going to do? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that Starburst one that one of you guys said, and I don't remember who it was. That's funny that it was UIS at Queens Ink. But I also said they bought it and gave someone to try. That someone would be me. It is by Julie Faith Van Balzer, that stencil. I really have her eye must be similar in what she likes for design. I love almost all of her stencils that she does, Julie's. But yeah, I was the one that tried it, Sonia, and I wanted to like it, but I did not. Let's try this. Okay, let me see. Can we use this on here maybe? Let's try this. Just a light touch on this. I think this is a Julie one too. They've gotten a lot of new designers the last couple years. There's some new ones coming out. Gosh, I can't remember her name. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think a more bold pattern like this, the yellow shows up better. Because that, like the tribal leaf, even though I love that pattern, you lose it on the yellow on the white paper. Now I forgot what I was saying. The hell was I even talking about? Oh, they have one new designer, and I saw it on YouTube. She was demoing her new line of stencils that are out with the Crafters Workshop. I forget her name, but I really liked them. Great Papa stencils. I'll be snagging me a couple of those. That's kind of cool. That's going to be used somewhere in a collage. Let's see if I can pick up something here. I like this deli paper. It seems a little bit thinner than the other stuff that you get from Sam's and Costco that pops up in that little dispenser thing. However, I'm going to do this. See if I get anything on here. And I like that it doesn't have the crease in it. Yep. That was very faint, but it's in there. It's in there. Oh, did you try your mouse, Trina? I cleaned up a couple designs down in the green turquoise. I don't know if you can tell it or not. Let me know if you've tried that mouse, Trina, and how you liked it. There is a learning curve. If you do something like my, when I do my, oh, you know what? I didn't do my, crap. I meant to scan that last collage before I cut it up. But I can do the pieces. But because it has texture on it, when you scan, that's going to jump. I know they were out of the patterns when I got mine. I got a leopard skin one for a friend of mine. But I got the silly old black one, but it's okay. But when it hits that little bit of that texture, anything 3D on your what you're scanning, you get that little ba-bump, ba-bump, and it loses where it is. And finding that again, letting it go back up to what you want to do is you want to move from where you are, where it's rough, where it's skipped, go above that to where you've already scanned, and move it a little bit and let it find where it was, and then it'll keep going again. But you just have to watch that skipping. It's a learning curve to get used to it. One collage I had, I bet I scanned that damn thing 20 times before I got it. But I got it. I was bound and determined I was going to get it scanned in there. But sweet Mary, it took me a while. Alright, what other stencils do I have down here? I'm kind of getting tired of these colors, I gotta tell you. Alright, let's try this. Okay, give me 3 colors of turquoise here. A dark one, that's actually called, sweet mama, what's that called? Phthalo green. I guess that's phthalo green. It's got the whole word on there. More syllables than I care to try. Yep, that was the tube. Don't get excited. I'm surprised the pups aren't down here since their daddy's not home right now. They're usually crammed underneath my table. Oh, you're welcome, Colleen. Yeah, that's takes a little bit, but you know, you just keep trying. I mean, there's nothing lost. You just delete what came up on the screen and start that sucker back over again. And when it says you've run out of space, or your file's too big or whatever, it doesn't really go by the size of your scanning. It's the amount of time you're taking to scan. Took me a while to figure that one out too. So you don't have one of those 11 by or 14 by 17 pieces. I'm trying to hurry up and scan it, and I hit a bump, and Christ, have to go back and everything. So you can watch that little, there's a bar at the top of your screen. You're going to see it, you know, gradually spinning, going across, and when it gets to a certain point, you're done. It finishes you up. So you got to beat that clock, but that's the size it's talking about. It's not the file size, like how many megabytes or gigabytes the file is. It's, did you take more than this clock's going to give you to scan whatever it is you're scanning in. And that was a little tricky at first, but I figured it out finally. I just love that pattern. That's what I'm saying, like some of the tribal stuff. Oh, I wonder if the tribal leaves would look good over that. I do not know. Where's another yellow one? What do I have in yellow? Yellow. Got an awful lot of this color combination around here, and I'm not all that wild about it, to tell you the truth. I got Photoshop Elements not too long ago. I'm trying to play in there and figure out how to, it's not bad, how to make shower invitations and shower recipe cards for a shower we're having for Chelsea. Because I went out on Etsy looking to buy some, and they're almost all digital files. And then I went to some websites to try to you know, buy them finished, and they're not cheap. And I need at least 70, and that's assuming I don't screw one up. Yep, that's it. Rebecca Meyer, whatever. Yep, that's the one. I knew it was an M. I couldn't remember what it was. Just a little cleanup there. You know what? I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then I'm switching up, because I'll tell you what, this is boring me out of my skull. Whew, got to do something a little flashier. Let me see here. All right, let's try this. Hey, Jean. Bye. See you, Charlie. Thanks for stopping in. I did too, Patty. I have a few YouTubes. Did you do some YouTubes, Jean? Is that what you're saying? What's causing your legs to swell, Jean? I know, Trina, right? I'm trying to do a good deed here, but it's boring me out of my skull. A couple more of these to finish up what I got over here, and we're switching up gears. Might even switch up from the jelly paint and paint some papers that are these colors, maybe. Oh, crap. Hang on. Patty, I have some PSE videos on my YouTube.
Call from cleaning cervix.
Cleaning service. Thanks.
Call from
One word.
cervix.
Sounds like they're saying cleaning cervix. Thanks, don't need one. One thing I don't need is a self-cleaning cervix. Elements. Oh, I have some Photoshop Elements videos. Oh, I just saw your lymphedema note, Jean. I'm sorry to hear that. I have, knock on something, wood. I don't have lymphedema, but I always have a lymphedema thread in my right arm from when they did my mastectomy. And they took all my nodes. Not bad. Not wowing me. I'm done with these colors, gotta tell you. So I always have a lymphedema thread. I gotta kind of, no needle sticks, no blood pressure cuffs on my right arm, no elastic shirts, no elastic watches. I have to, ouch, I have a sleeve and a glove that I have to wear when I fly that keeps it compressed, a compression garment. And so far, God bless me, I've been really lucky with that. And I'm so glad because I love to use my hands so much that I would not be happy if I had that problem. And I work with a lady who's got it really bad in her arm. She's got the same thing with breast cancer and stuff. And that's kind of a cool, cleaned up. I don't know if you can see the, where is it? Daggone it. A little bit of the Aboriginal and the green in there, maybe. I can. Oh, goody for me. All right, I'm done with this. Are we okay with that? I'm okay with that. We'd be done. I got enough damn turquoise and yellow jelly around here to last me a lifetime. But maybe what I'll do is try to paint some papers like that. Heavier papers. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you can control. I don't know how that's controlled for you. I hope you can get it under control quickly, because I know that has to be uncomfortable for you. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, I'm going to put these away. Okay, you should see all this. Look at this that I've created just these last few minutes I've been doing this. Is this ridiculous or what? Oh, there's more. One over here. Come here, you little straggler. Sweet Moses. You know, you think that's enough? Good Lord. But see, if I use something like this and then put a little bit of this over it, a little chunk of that from a little papa, that's kind of showing you some glare. I wouldn't use that big of a piece, right? But a little hunk of burning love down there. That wouldn't be so bad. Well, I have some stuff to start with on that for the deli paper anyway. Doesn't take you long to generate a stack of this stuff. And I wasn't even really, you know, going at it very hard. I was just kind of loafing around and talking about it. Good night. Well, there you go. I know. Put them in my collage fodder drawer. Put this somewhere. Oh, God knows I'll probably use that for something. I'm just going to set this aside for the time being. And let's see. Where's my paper I wanted to use for my painted papers? What does that say? I know. Do you want to do a painted paper now? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, Erica, is do a painted paper in similar colors, but, you know, a heavier weight paper. So give me a minute to run over to my heavier weight paper department. In the other day. I forgot I had it on back order from Dick Blick. Still didn't get my damn Sumi ink. I don't know what happened to that. But this is Speedball printmaking paper. And I ordered this when I first started watching Jane Davies videos. And I know she always talks about printmaking paper. And she didn't really say this brand. But I saw it and I thought, what the hell? Oh, that's a lot thinner than the other stuff I have. You know what? I'm not going to use this for this. Oh. Hold that thought. This is still too thin. This is heavier than the Deli, but not as heavy as I wanted. Okay, this stuff is big. I might have to tear this in half. Can't even get that in the frame, can I? Barely. I gotta shove everything back some here. You know what? I'm gonna cut it in half. It's just kind of ridiculously big. Alright, I'm going to rip some of these in half so they're a little more manageable. Oh, I know, bone folder. Where are you, little crease? There you are. Couple of these because I know I'm not going to paint just one. That would just be stupid. And what the hell is that? Oh, paper. That's a shocker. It is big. It's like those full sheets of watercolor paper almost, but it's not watercolor paper. It's printmaking paper from Utrecht, I think is where it's from. Jane Davies had it on her blog that she uses, so how did you get that big hue? Let me go over and look at it for you, Erica, to let you know for sure. Hold on. I'm going to say it's 70-pound printmaking, but hang on a sec. Ah, crap, I threw the wrapper away. I'm pretty sure it was from Utrecht, and that it's 70-pound printmaking paper. And if you go to Jane Davies' blog, she's got a list and links to it. Yeah, it's a decent weight, but it's, you know, it's movable. It's not cardstock weight, but it's heavier than copier paper for sure. All right, I'm gonna put this out of the way, and we've got a few to start with here. So let's see, what shall we do here? I'm gonna get one of these, and I like this. Oh, you're welcome, Trina. I like doing these here. So I'll get my palette paper back. Make a little pile of paint. All right, let's see what we come up with. It's really tricky. It looks easy when you see Jane do it. She is the master, but it's tricky to get that. Oh, crap, now I got paint all over it already. Ah, flip it over. There you go. Look, magic, it's gone. So I'm going to put some on my little scraper number here and see if it'll show up. This light yellow might be the wrong yellow to use for that. Oh, look at some of the green coming off that dried on here. Getting a little bit of a shadow there. No, if this is laying right on top of this. Hey, JJ. Yeah, the light yellow is not the way to go because you can't really see that on there. But I'll show you a little bit of the darker yellow. You can see that pattern really faintly in the paper. So I'm going to do that all over as the base part of the paper since I have more paint here. Where's this? I'm telling you, this is a lot trickier than she looks. Oh, look, more of that's coming off of there. I'm going to do more of that darker yellow. Just realized I'm not talking. Must be concentrating hard because my mouth is usually flapping. Inky Fingers, what's your name? I know you. Well, virtually. It is very tricky. I keep figuring if I practice enough, I'll get the hang of it. I'll let you know when that happens. Because it hasn't quite happened yet. What the hell. But you got a little bit of that texture in there, right? Whoops, wrong way. Hello. All right. Hook up my... Dave blew up my my little white heat gun from Ranger. Snuffed it the other day. What was he doing? Something he had to get done on his car. He has a Lincoln Navigator, the long one, and I forget what he was doing, but he hey Jackie, took my little heat gun out there because he had to get through some ice or something with the windshield wiper. I don't know what he was doing. He said, I said, you didn't burn it up, did you? He said, no, I'm sure I did. He said, it did quit working, but I'm sure once it cools off, it'll start working again. Not so much. Heat gun. This is mostly dry, but where the thicker bits are on there, not quite yet. That ought to do it. That big boy working on it. I just had a thought. I know that's rare, but let me see. I don't care how much room I have, it is never enough. I think I have that little sunburst design in my 6-inch box here. Let me see if I can find that. Can't see what I'm doing. All right, let's see. There's some masks. These suckers get away from you. They're very hard to wrangle in. I know in here somewhere. Oh, there's kind of suns. There's suns-ish. Oh, and another sun. Oh, they did discontinue it? I did too. That was my second one. My first one snuffed it, and I bought another one. And actually, I have... Where is that? I have a Martha Stewart one. It must be in one of my bags that I packed to go to class. I have a Martha Stewart one that I actually kind of like, and it got hotter than the Ranger one did, which I liked. Where are you? Look, my little Aboriginal. Gotta love that. Punchinella. Where are you? Hello. I have too many damn little stencils. I hardly ever, well, you can see that I use them, but I don't use them for the jelly plate because they're just too small, and I don't have a 6-inch one. I guess they'd be great for the 6-inch one if I use a 6-inch plate, but I don't use a 6-inch plate. It seems like all the stencils are either too big or too small for the jelly plate. I believe that needs to be addressed. Who shall I write about that? Who shall I write a letter to? Come on. It's gonna be the last damn one in here. Sheesh. Alright, I'm gonna give up. If I don't see it in the first pass, I'm gonna give up. There's too much crap to dig through. Okay. The hell with you. Oops, see, these damn masks are reaching around on me. Slippery little suckers. Get in there. Night Nelly. This is exhausting. See what I mean about these masks? Little peckers are all over the place. Punchinella. Little of this, little of this. I'm not sure it was worth all that effort, but I got a couple. So, of course now, wouldn't you know, I was going to do the suns, but I should do the sun in the yellow. Not the green. All right, let's switch up. Let's let this one dry a little more, even though it doesn't need it. I'm saying that so I don't look like a mental case. And we will be moving on. I think I'm going to use a credit card. I think I decided that was a better way to go. Sorry, got a text from my girl Chelsea. Okay. So, let's do... Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. Hold that thought. This. I'm wondering what would happen. Got a little bit of cobalt teal left in this puppy. Hey, Pam! Glad you could join us. Oh, crap. Hang on a second. I'm trying to type this to Chelsea. Let me just talk it in here. Chelsea, I'm streaming live at the moment. We'll text you more ideas when I get finished. Okay. Let's put a little drops of cobalt teal. I love you. I love you, cobalt teal. And maybe a little phthalo turquoise, maybe. Hey, Joe. Just a little bit of that. Now I'm just going to take a card and scrape this. Very random and kind of organic. Let's call it organic, shall we? Whenever I do something and it doesn't turn out like I thought, it's organic. Then it doesn't sound like I screwed it up. It's organic. Ew. You gotta love some cobalt teal, people. I'm telling you. Oh my God, Pam. I couldn't believe I did that. Did you guys see on Facebook where I locked my dumb ass out of the house the other day? 8 friggin' degrees. Oh my God. What a boob. Yeah, I did. I got ready to go to work and I was leaving the house and I gave the pups their little bye-bye treat that they get every morning. And I had my coat over my arm and I had a couple of those wine tote things I had to mail that people bought. In one hand, I had my little bag of treats and my bottles of water for work. And I had, I don't know, but I had my arms loaded with stuff. I go out to my car. I open the garage. I throw my computer. Oh, my computer. I threw my computer in the back in my little computer bag I keep in there. And I opened the garage door. And everything's good. And I went to jump in the front seat and reach for my keys. And there's no keys. And there's no phone because I left my whole purse upstairs. I had so much shit in my hands. I didn't realize my purse that you would not normally miss was not amongst the things in my hands. And I am now locked out. So Dave isn't always reachable at work. I walked across the street to our neighbor who's an older lady. And she didn't answer the door. Some of our other neighbors weren't home and some are a little cuckoo. So, just saying. So I thought, what in the hell am I going to do? Can't get in the house, can't drive the car, can't start the car. So I thought, oh, I got my laptop. If I can pick up my wireless, I can get on and email somebody that I work with to get them to call Dave's work number. So I got online, and I got my computer on my steering wheel propped up in, and of all days, I usually, when it's really cold like that, I'll wear my Uggs. I wasn't wearing my Uggs. I was wearing this little pair of mules with no socks. And wouldn't have a hot flash when I needed one. No. Nope, not when you need one, my friends. So I emailed my friend Jen, and I said, need help. Can you please call Dave? Try this number, blah, blah, blah. Lock myself out, whatever. So she calls, God bless her, calls Dave, and gets his voicemail. Said, okay, here's his boss Jody's number. Call Jody. So she called Jody, got voicemail. Damn it. So I'm looking up in my contact lists, and I saw one of the shop numbers where he has, where his guys work. So I said, try the shop number and tell him that it's me and what's going on, and see if they can find him. So he was in down the hall in a meeting, blah, blah, blah. So they run down the hall, they get Dave, and it was about an hour all told by the time he got home to come and get me. And then he said, hey, babe, you know that this door right here in the garage, there's a roughed-in half bath, and there's another door beside it, which is like the heat pump and that kind of stuff's in there. He said, you know, this door in here, it's warm in this door here. I had to have heat pumped in here because there's water pipes in there. Son of a bitch, now you tell me. I had no idea. But anyway, all is good. Bless his little heart, came and saved me. I said, sorry I interrupted your meeting. He said, that's all right, babe. That's no problem. As long as you're okay. I said, oh, God love you. I'm just going to try to sponge some of this in here. And I'm never usually very good at this. But we'll try. What the hell? It's only paper. So, yeah. So then I took myself to work. A little chilly. Treated myself to Starbucks, though. Need a little white chocolate mocha to thaw out, you know. That's what I was thinking. I still didn't put enough paint down there. So anyway, all was well. Oh, I know what I want to tell you guys. Tuesday night. Well, this has been going on for a couple months, that this has been in the works. This isn't a surprise. This is something else. But this was also going on for a couple of months. My oncologist, my breast surgeon called me one day, and she said that the PR department for MedStar was trying to do an interview with somebody they wanted a male breast cancer survivor. Well, you guys probably all know and saw my video about how Dave and I met and all that kind of good stuff. Well, she said, well, I don't have any male patients, but one of my patients is married to a male survivor. She said, I'll call her and see if he'll agree to an interview. So one thing led to another. Then my breast surgeon told the PR director for MedStar about the story about how we met. And then she sent her to the video for her to watch it. Well, then the lady from MedStar calls me, and she said, oh my God, I just watched your video. I love that story. We need to do something with that. So long story short, she talked to the Baltimore Sun paper, which is it's the big paper in Baltimore, not a little neighborhood paper. And it finally happened that the reporter and the photographer came over Tuesday night, and Jody, who has worked with Dave for 30 years, she's actually his boss, and she came over because she's the one that kind of got him together. Are you all still seeing Patti? My screen froze. Uh-oh. I'm here, Trina. I'm here. I wonder if that's enough paint to come off backwards on there. Let's give it a try, shall we? So anyway, the reporter came over, photographer. She took like 200, 300 pictures. I thought, what the hell, are we going to be the whole paper? And they interviewed both Dave and I. So now what they want to do, instead of just focusing on the male breast cancer thing, they want it more about the story of how we met. And, you know, and they want to do it for Valentine's Day. As like, I don't know, I guess you can call it a cancer love story or whatever, but they want to do it for Valentine's Day. So she's got to pitch it to the editor to see when it's going to get printed, and she's going to call me and let me know when it's going to be printed. So I thought that was kind of cool. I keep telling Dave, well, before Oprah quit her show, I kept saying, you know, one day I'm telling that damn story on Oprah. Yeah, she quit her damn show. There was a lot of paint on that sucker. It's getting a little out of control. But when I paint these papers, I'm always thinking like it's a canvas, and I want to make everything look even and spaced and all that kind of good stuff. It's just going to be torn up in collage, so I get off track with that. Hey, gone. Dry some of this yellow. It's kind of thick. So anyway, we got our interviews done. They were here for about 2.5 hours. Took pictures of us with the pups and us by ourselves, and candid shots of us being interviewed and pose shots. And she was up on a ladder taking shots down at us, and I thought, what the hell? Of course, Babe. She was not fond of the camera equipment. So every time the lady moved one of those, you know, those long stands with like the umbrella thing on it for the lighting, Babe was sitting in the chair growling at it. Oh, Lordy. Oops, still a little wet. Yeah, Pam, I mean, I told them, you know, I'd tell it as long as somebody tells it to somebody that might help one person is all, you know. It never occurred to me when I did it that it was a story. It's just what I did. Don't have any good sense to stay off of Match.com with one boob and a bald head. But, it's just what I did. I never even thought about it. And then as, you know, as time went on and people said, how did you meet? And we tell them. I thought, yeah, well, maybe there is a story there. I don't know. But what are you going to do? If it helps somebody. Everybody takes that kind of news differently. And yeah, the Kazakhstan flag, somebody reminded me, I think it has a sun on it, and it's hot, like a bright turquoise and a bright yellow. So if I can, you know, use little bits of this in a collage with some of those tissues and some other stuff, and then I'll take pictures and make a wine tote out of it for her. That's my plan. I have too much yellow paint here left, so maybe I'll just pop some circles on here somewhere. Thick paint like this goes a long way. Oops. Messing those up. But that's okay. Only going to be using little bits of this. Alright, I'm going to set that aside and let that dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take this one. I know, I got a story for every occasion. Yeah, they took pictures of Mojo and Babe, and with us, without us, sleeping together, and, I mean, not us sleeping together, the dogs. Oh, hell, there we go, off on the wrong track again. And no, they did not get a picture of Dave dragging me by my feet through the backyard. You had to be here earlier to know what that means. It's a little code. This got a little curly Q on me. You know, maybe I can just do some... I need to stick this in some water. Where's my water? I gotta clean those little things out there. I didn't bring over any water. I'm telling you, I'm all discombobulated tonight. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. I think I'm gonna use some PBO. That can, oop, again, that's the paint tube. Crap. Let me get a little smaller, a smaller one. I wonder, oops, dropping my brush. Maybe I'll use a little stencil brush and see how that goes. Got a little Martha Stewart number here the other day. I wish there wasn't such a delay in this. I'm just now seeing you guys saying you're laughing, and now I forgot what the hell I said that you're laughing about. The lag time is not good for us older broads with a failing memory. No, I'm not liking that. That ain't gonna cut it. Sorry, Martha. Don't like that. Give me a little sponge. Let's try this. Not enough paint. It's kind of see-through. I want it to be blue. I don't want it to try to turn green. Hopefully it won't. When Chelsea texted me a few minutes ago, she said, we're trying to think of names for the puppy. Can you think of any? So you creative people, while I have you on the hook here, if you think of any really cute yellow lab little girl names, female names, let me know. I'll throw them in the pot for Chelsea. Yes, I have a shitty short-term memory. Viva Las Vegas. I don't even know Viva Las Vegas. How do I not know that? Should I know that? You know, I think I do much better with projects when I don't have anything that I have to do, when I can do whatever I want to do. When I'm doing something that I have to do, I don't know. Not my best work, gotta tell you. Oh, you know what an idiot I am. I'm looking at Daisy, Maggie, Annie, Tess, Luna, Tilly, and I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing? Talk about a short-term memory problem. Thinking about, what are they? They're not saying hi to anybody. It's the freaking dogs' names. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I'm telling you, talk about a short-term memory. Right there's your example. I got zip. I still call it chemo brain. They say when you're on chemo, you have a short-term memory problem. Well, I was over 7 years ago, but I think Sissy's what we call Babe sometime. Like, she's Mojo's sister, so we kind of call her Sissy. What were some of those other ones? Tess is cute. Oh, shoot. Now it's going too fast. Ran by the wayside. Bye, Eugene. Are you just leaving? Is that... Oh, no. Hell, I'm an hour up the road here. What the hell? I'm all discombobulated. Hold on. Let me get back in the... At least somewhere near the current chat. Peaches I saw. Ha ha. Good Lord, I can't believe I just did that. Thinking, what are they talking about? Daisy? Who the hell's Daisy? Just ask you to do dog names. I'm telling you. Poor Dave. Oh, he has some prime examples of me doing this crap. Usually people don't believe him. Who is it? Mojo coming down to see me. Hey, Bubby. You want to see the ladies? Well, you can't really see the ladies, but they can see you. Hang on, let Mommy get her hands free. I'll let the ladies see you. I thought you'd come down here sooner with your daddy being out. Yes, I did. He's my pretty boy. He's standing here looking at my elbow. Come here, Mo. All right, people, hang on to your hat. Here we go. Come here, Mo. Come here. Come here, Bubby. Come and see Mama. Come here. I'm going to turn the camera, see if I can get Mojo. There's my Bubby. There he is. Hi, handsome. There's my Bubby boy. Mojo, look over here. Look at me. Hi. Hi. How's my Bubby? How's my baby? That's my Mojo. That's my Mo. Yeah, there he is. All right, there you go. Back up on the rack here. Ah, Aunt Lou Jean's here, Mojo. Viva Stamps. I'll have to check that out. All right, let me set this over here. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? Where is that thing? Where is that? Where is that? That's Mojo. Babe's upstairs like a big sissy. I have the hardest time getting this lid off of this one for some reason. Oh, lordy. It leaks, number one. That's probably why. But I've cracked off this thing and... Uh-oh. She's leaking on my shirt. There you go. Alright, let's see. I'm just going to make some random marks on here. I don't feel very creative tonight. I think it's because there's something I'm trying to do instead of what I want to do. I usually don't mind making stuff for people, but gotta be in the right frame of mind. Did you guys see that new, the Super Bowl Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdale and the yellow lab puppy? Oh my gosh. I might end up buying another one tomorrow just because that damn commercial. It's the cutest thing. If you guys like dogs, you will love that commercial. It's on YouTube. And I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on the Today Show the day before that, actually. Really a cute commercial. It's this is a who is that stamping Mima? I don't know your name, honey, but it's by this is all boogered up. It's by Liquitex. It's an acrylic paint marker, and this one has that 15 millimeter nib on it that I can just make my marks with those, just dotting it down. It's got little mixing balls in it to mix up the paint. I love those things. Does anybody know there's a Kazakhstan flag is just these two colors, right? There's no black or white or anything in it. Puppies are the best, but I swear I have such a soft spot for yellow labs and golden retrievers, just those puppy faces. It's really a cute commercial. It's the, you know, the Budweiser with the Clydesdales and all that good stuff. I don't even know what else to much do with this one, to tell you the truth. Maybe I'll take this, I don't know if this will work or not, this little bit darker turquoise. It really is cute. You remember the one last year where I can't remember the gist of the little story of the commercial, but the guy that's the trainer ended up, somehow he was in like New York City or some big city somewhere, and the Clydesdale broke loose and went running through the city to find him, and he runs up on him, and this one is, he said we had to outdo that one to get better every year, and they really did it close. Ellen Vargo put up, when did she put it up? When did Ellen put that up, Lou Jean? Was it just today? I didn't have much time to be on Facebook today. Ellen's a good friend of mine. We do some art stuff together, and she's a local. Oh, you do have a black lab. What's his name, Dixie? Yeah, I'm going to have to add a papa or something because, yeah, this isn't getting it. I'm going to try this with this dark turquoise and see where it comes up. Let's see what I get here. I don't know. Yeah, that ain't bad. This was underneath my sandwich at Panera. Huh. That's so dark it almost looks black. Not quite, but gives it a little bit more something something. Oh, last week then I probably saw it. I don't remember which one it is though. Have you guys seen that Ellen is a design on the design team for Paper Artsy? If you guys don't know Paper Artsy, check it out. They're in England. Really cool stuff though. But she's on the on their design team, and her stuff that she's done is really awesome. That added a little some kind of depth to it. Sun over the wings of an eagle and down the left side of the flag. Huh. Don't want to leave any paint laying here. These are Goldens. Ooh, Trina. Don't let him drag you by the feet, Trina. Ha! Don't fall for that crap. Yeah, Paper Artsy has some really fun stuff. Look how shimmery that PBO is on there. You can't hate that. I don't care. I mean, I know it's just teal and yellow, but that PBO, you can't hate it. I'm going to dry some of these little dots I put on here. They aren't quite dry yet. They got some really cool stamps, and I have some of their chalk paints. They got a lot of those hot pick stamps. They kind of remind me of like the Tim Holtz kind of vibe. Yeah, Ellen does really awesome work. Really got a good eye. She gave me a gorgeous print framed in a shadow box for Christmas. It's really pretty. I have to bring it on camera sometime. It's upstairs. And a place of high honor. One of my friends that I grew up with, I haven't seen her for decades, literally, but I'm friends with her on Facebook. She recently got two, what are they called? Oh, for Pete's sake. They're huge dogs. They're kind of a reddish brown color, and they have a black muzzle, black face. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. What are they called? She said that they each should get 225 pounds. Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to think of what else I want to do to this little thing here. I don't know. Maybe I'll start a new one. PBO, Dick Blick. Just put out a coupon. You know what, Pam, though, about the Dick Blick PBOs? Watch what you're buying, because, like, the ones I got are in this plastic clear tube, right? The Dynacolors, the iridescent ones. And these are 100 mil. Oops. Where are we? There we go. 100 mil tubes. And these, I think they're $4.99 now on fineartstore.com. And on Dick Blick, the tubes that you get are not, I think they're the same paint, but they're not, they are PBO and they say all the same stuff, but the tube is different, and it's 60 mil. And I think it's a little bit more than what these were. So I don't know exactly what I'm looking at there when I'm looking at it, but something is different. Just saying. So you know what? I'm kind of over the turquoise and yellow. Gonna say. Bye, Colleen. Not a Bernese Mountain Dog. Not a St. Bernard. It is Mastiff. A Mastiff. I think it's a Mastiff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Mastiffs. And they're cute as they can be. They look like they're puppies, and they look like they're sneaking up on Mojo size, and he's 111 pounds. I'm going to, Erica. Hey, Jean. Yep, Mastiffs, that's the one. Leave it to the pet pamperer to know the kind of dog I'm talking about. I am going to do something I want to do. What is that, I wonder? I know it's going to involve nickel azo gold. Digging through my paint drawer again. Hopefully I won't rip the damn thing out. Quadrat. Oh, here's something I don't use a lot. Green gold, and I really like that. Maybe a little black. Something different. I don't know. Oh, look. Coming at you, Jean. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here, and I don't know what these two colors are going to do when I put them down here, but I'm going to do it, because that's just the kind of mood I'm feeling like. Hello, come out, paint. There we go. That's nickel azo and some green gold. No idea. I'm probably going to end up with baby poop. Hobby Lobby. Oh, no. Do not tell me that. Why would they do that? I have no idea what kind of color this is going to end up with, guys, but it's going to be something. I've never combined these two before. Chinese kids thought the punches were really cool. Trying to catch up on the reading. Oh, stream issues. I hate that. Oh. Hey, that ain't bad. I'm gonna squidge that down there. I want a little bit more green in there because that green is coming out like a bright yellow one here. And I kind of like it. Trying to get up on these white spots a little bit where I can still influence the color. You know what? I think I'm going to let this one dry for a minute. I think I'm going to do one that's just that. Oh, damn, this heater's burning my leg. Hang on. Lordy. I like that green. Oh, you know what I might do? Oh my gosh, Gene, I'm just reading about the girl. We just had, and it's not far from where our Hobby Lobby is, and Columbia Mall is about 15 minutes from here. And I was actually in Columbia when it happened, when we had that shooting the other day, which you guys probably heard about, because I heard about it was on news in Canada and all over the place. About the guy that went in the Columbia Mall and shot a girl and working in a store, and a guy working in the store, and then shot himself. And my boss's daughter was in the store on the first level right under where it was happening, and bless her heart had the presence of mind to grab her and her girlfriends and ran in a random store and said, "You have to hide us," to the manager. And so terrible. Oh wow, this is different. This is turquoise phthalo and green gold mixed. '82. I'm just reading back here for you guys. My mom's 85. She'll be 86 in July. Actually, on July 12th, Babe's birthday. Remember, Babe's named after my mom. She's Babe too. That's kind of cool colors. Now, what shall I do with you? Not closing, but the repositioning. Courts exempt them from mandatory contraception and anything related to birth control. Hobby Lobby. What the hell do they have to do with contraception? Are you guys screwing with me on the chat? Because I'm not following it all the time. What the heck? Somebody fill me in on the Hobby Lobby contraception story, because I have not seen any diaphragms. I have not seen any birth control pills. I like the way this feels. It's really smooth on this paper. They don't want men to... Oh, okay. Ah. Well, I guess that doesn't surprise me, and they're closed on Sundays too, right? So there's probably a religion thing in there somewhere, but what do I know? Okay, what am I going to do with you, little paper? I think, hang on, let me see. I need my little rectangle stamp. Here we go. I need to get rid of this. This little paper palette seen better days. Let's see, I need some black. See, that's how rumors start about this contraception stuff. Let's see. Give me a little. Oops. Yep, I need more paint on that one. Yep, that's getting a little bit too much paint and scooching around. Thanks. Might as well cover this up. I've gone this far, right? Stop! Back away from the rectangle stamp. I can't stop. That's kind of cool. I know you love green jean. Jean Green, Green Jean. Mr. Green Jeans, Mrs. Green Jeans. Who was that, Captain Kangaroo? The hell am I talking about even myself? Alright, let this heat gun. Yep. Not gonna. It's in Expressions in Ink, and it's called E1715 block number 5. I got it at some obscure website. I was trying to find one like this. If you notice, thanks, ladies. If you notice, when Jean does her paper, she uses I'm sure she did it herself, a random stamp that's just kind of rectangles. And I thought, oh, I really want one of those. Of course, I could have carved one myself, but doing a really straight line like that is a little tricky. And I wanted a sharp line, so I decided I would look for one, and I found one, and I bought one. It wasn't that much, $5 or $6, I think. Mr. Green Jean, there you go. Now we're bringing it back. Oh, maybe a little, let's see. Where's my, oh no, where are you? Don't tell me I lost the circle stamp. It's probably buried in any number of places. That ought to do her. Yeah, I know, Erica. This one doesn't have a good focus on it. My my video camera that I have, that I use doing my YouTube videos, which is right here. This one's got a really good zoom on it. I mean, I can put my hand almost up against that lens and it comes in high def, which nobody really wants to see. But really, really nice and clear. I'm thinking a little something. What kind of little something? Maybe these little groups of dots. I got this one off of Etsy, I think. Just a bunch of little dots. It is, the company is expressionsinink.com, and this stamp is E1715 block number 5. They had a bunch of real just different size rectangles and squares, and I think maybe some circles if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? And I probably shouldn't, because this is a new stamp. For some reason, this one was not cheap. I got this on Etsy because I wanted that concentric circle stamp. I wanted it. So I think this little thing was like $15, which is ridiculous. But I wanted it, and I wanted one that was a sharp concentric circle, crisp. You know, again, I could have carved it myself, but I wanted it more precise. So what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing, Pam Deaver, get out of my head. Little gold. That's what I'm going to do. Alright. Hope I don't muck up my brand new stamp too bad. But sometimes one must muck. Oh, look at you. Oh, you were worth every penny. You little rascal. I love circles. Yes, I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this just made me love you. Oh, look. Got that little, there you go, little shimmy shim pop on there with those circles. Ha! I love you, circle stamp. Yes, I do. I'm going to love you long time. That's probably inappropriate, but you know, we don't have any censors here, I don't think. So after the caveman joke, I think I can say about anything I want. Oh yeah. Do love me some concentric circles. Oh, I do love you. I do. Okay, back away from the circle stamp, crazy lady. I like that though. Yes, I do. A little bit of shimmer. What's the deal with Viva? Does it only run on Sunday? Hello, Robin. Let's go back to this number, see what we got here. This needs a good deal of help here. Let's see. Wipe my shirt to get my stamp clean. Oh, I need a baby wipe. I don't want to get this one all munged up right off the bat from use number 1. Good as new almost. There we go. Ready to go. Now, what am I gonna do with you? This needs some help here. This, now that it dried and it's kind of like, eh. Oh, what name did you come up with, Robin? For the puppy. Tell you what I'm gonna do. We made these one day when we first had our jelly plates at our first stamp camp. Ellen Vargo was with me. Tess, Maggie, Annie, Penny. Oh, cute. I like Tess. She couldn't name her Maggie because that's Chelsea's best friend's name is Maggie, her maid of honor. I like Tess. But we took corrugated cardboard and pulled it apart, and we used this on our jelly plates, and I kept it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something. Hang on. I'm going to use some more black. It is a little brayer. It's a little 2-inch one. Is it 2 inches? That's not even 2 inches. Well, maybe. I don't know. But it's, yeah, here's a 4-inch. So let's see. I don't know. It's not 2 inches. Maybe 1.5 inches. Yep. Another dong, Jean. Don't you think that's a personal question? Oh, good idea, Lou Jean. Was setting the stamps down in the puddle of water. I like it. Okay, let's see. I want to do, but you know what? I should have done, all right, I'm getting rid of the black. I'm going to do black, but I'm going to do golden black because I want it thinner. Ooh, almost out. Note to self, get more black paint. Let's see how this works. I'm going to use this as a stamp. Might be too fine. I don't know. Oh, it is, but it's cool. Just a little tiny little bit on there. I'll show you. You probably can't even hardly see it. It is a cute little brayer, Pam. I use it, I don't use it on my jelly plate. I don't think it's, I like a 4-inch one for that. But I've been trying to channel my friend Ellen and all her brayered papers that she's doing. And I'll show you some. I'll grab them in a minute and show you what I did with my little brayer. Okay, there you go. Just got a faint layer on it. But, you know, kind of good for pushing it in the background. Sure you did, Jean. So, there's that. That's just corrugated cardboard. I think I'll still keep it. Crap, I had an idea, now I forgot what my idea was. Oh, Lordy. Why must it be this hard for me? Remember, 1 second to the next. Oh, I know. Here they are. I knew I was going into this pile. I took some of those, the chalk paints from Paper Artsy that I have, and just kind of brayered down like backgrounds for collage beginnings. And I just used the paints that I had, so this wouldn't be a color I'd normally go to. That's not showing as pink as it is here. It's not bad. It's alright. I really like this one. Shades of green and then some dark purple thrown in there. I do like how that one came out. But I was using my little brayer for these. Like that one, of course. Purple and teal. And some gray. How can you not like that? And this one's different shades of the teal with some of that real bright green in it. Actually, if you look on my Etsy shop, you'll see that I use these for backgrounds and put the wine totes in front of them that contrasted when I took a picture. Like, I think this one I put on here with this behind it to take, you know, to take a picture of this one. And it really made them stand out and pop, I think. Little bonus. This is subtle for me. Oh, I'm not done. Yeah, it is. It is subtle. Which is very unlike me. I'm feeling a circle. Oh, you know what I'm going to use? I saved all of these. Where the hell did I put them? Oh, here they are, right in front of my face. When I painted those mason jars for Chelsea's centerpieces the other day, saved all my lids to make some circles. So, what color circles are we going to put on here? Well, of course, I'm going to put direct-to-paper technique for cards, olive and purple. I like that too, that olive and purple. I did. I'm going to put, I'm doing some PBO circles on here. I am. You just stand there and watch me. I'm going to do it. Remember, this is the paint. This is not me. There we go. Running out. That's not good. That is not good. Oops. Oh, that's just yummy right there. Look at that. See, this doesn't focus as much. That is yummo right there. All right, let's see what happens. My new circle maker. Here we go. Make me a circle, you little circle maker. These make pretty good circles. Well, being a circle and all. I'm not even watching the time, 9:26. I think we get asked to leave at 10. Look, one on my shirt. Little PBO circle. I love them. Pam, you know me a little too well. I see your note there. You feel a circle coming on. I know. I did too, girl. You know, I got so much of this turquoise paint. I'm thinking I'm going to have to... I'll eat it before I waste it. I'm just saying. Right back here. What else do I have? That's too much. I don't even like that one. Too plain, too plain. Alright, where's my credit card? I'm gonna have to get crazy. Oh, do I want to do that or do I want to do... I don't know what I want to do. I left the country TV radio station, you know, where you can get on some of the cable channels. It has the radio playing for the pups upstairs. They got some kind of noise going on. I don't know what they got on up there, but it is twangy as all get out. It's like, I don't know what that is. I thought I had modern country on there. Just another little layer of some kind of texture going on in there. Yeah, Pam, I'm probably the first one that thought about that, you know, really, making a circle with a circle. I know. It's a shocker how brilliant I am. I still have all this paint. What the hell was I thinking? What am I going to do with you, pretty paint? I don't know. But I think we're going to go back to... I need a pop. I need a papa. A little papa black. That's where we're going. Oh, Pam. You better get out of my head, girl. I think I'm going to go with these, with black. Hello. Oops, getting a little blobby on that one side. Uh-oh. Oh, I still got a, what am I, oh, it's thicker up here. That's probably why, you boob. Technical difficulties. I think I pretty much got enough on there. I don't know if this is wowing me though. I gotta tell you. I guess it's alright when you think of peeling a little hunk of that off on the right collage. It might be okay, but it still needs, there's something missing. What is it? Jean, I got all kind of caps I saved off all my hair products and lotions and all that. As a matter of fact, I got a little stack of them up on our sink. I keep forgetting to bring down here. Dave will, pretty soon he'll throw them away thinking they're just stacked up there for trash. Thinking about that tool before you picked it up. This one, you mean? This stamp? You are very clairvoyant tonight. It's a little scary to tell you the truth. Oh, I know what I'll do. Maybe I need some little solid teal circle since I got all this paint left. Maybe. I don't know. Oops. Hello. I don't know if that helped me or hurt me. Oh, you know what I should do? Now, what color is the question? What color? What am I doing now, Pam? Do you know what I'm doing now? Guess what I'm reaching for now? All right, Pam, that's enough. Enough out of you, lady. Hello. Copper ink. I don't think that's going to show enough, though. That red's a little off. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I recently got some blue ink. I don't know that that's right. Teal rectangles? You think? I'm willing to try anything at this point. Get all this paint off my brayer. Got enough paint to do it. It's getting a little heavy with pattern on here. Oh, great. Now you tell me black rectangles. Ah, way to hose me up, Pam. All right, let's see what we got here. Stamp my shirt a little bit. That's what looking at this, that's what I should have done. It needed more black. You are correct, Amundo. I might need more paint down here. This one's getting a little crazy. Oh, look out. These may be one of those ones I just need to walk away from for a while. This one is not wowing me. I mean, you take a little piece of it, I might be able to be wowed. I'll let that one sit aside for a while. But I do like this one. I do like that one, how that one turned out. I do. So, let's see what else. I got another piece of paper here, and I got about 20 minutes left. So let me take, since I got this all goobered up, let me take, ooh, look at you. Let me get some of this teal down here. This is the PBO. So it's got that shimmer in it. Oh, hello, you little shimmery beauty, you. I'm going to put some more of that down. Come on. Oh, this one's about kaput, I think. There we go. Got a little bit more out of it. I wonder what I'm going to do in my last few minutes. When all else fails, resort to what you love. What the hell I'm bumping over underneath of here and causing all this, but that's only background. That's all. What am I going to put on here, Pam? Oh my God, get out of my head. You are freaky tonight. You are freaky. That is exactly, I swear to God, that's exactly what I was planning on doing. That is, you are scaring me, lady. Woo. You have a voodoo doll at home that looks like me? Oh, God. Ew, that is funny. Okay, just got a little PBO everywhere. Just stop it. Just stop it. Okay. Ooh, crap. Come here, baby wipe. Didn't want that to dry on there and get all goobered up. Too bad. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm feeling a purple circle. I know, Pam, you already knew that. Ay, jeez. Good Lord, I'm making quite a mess here. All right, I'll use this one. Oh, look at you. Ooh, that looks nice on there. Look what nice circles the circle's making, Pam. Don't you laugh at me, girl. So there we got a little bit of purple circles on my turquoise. It's making it kind of like shimmer almost, even though it's an opaque purple. Crazy. A crazy talk right there. So what else do I want to do with that purple? Do I want to go back with this one? Oh, stencil on this one. Oh, now you're getting fancy on me. I got a heat gun. Heat gun. What stencil though? Well, I know I'm going to need some black. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I got so much purple though, I hate to waste it, but I might just have to sacrifice it. Yeah, it's taking that a while to dry on those sticker points. And I'm running out of time. Time's a wasted. Damn, I got a lot of purple on here. Oh well. Alright, let's go back here. Just stack these up. Only got the few mementos left. Cut it out. Just cut it out, lady. I'm thinking a little Panera Papa in there. Is that dry? I hope so. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Here we go. Ooh, hello, lover. I'll make that a little bit thicker. There's my little girl. What you doing, babe? Huh? What you doing, little girl? Come here and see Mama. You want to come here and see your Mama? Oh, there we go. There we go. I need a little bit more punch on these. I gotta go back to Panera. There we go. Hey, little girl. You want to come and see the ladies? Oh, I like that. A little shimmer. Shimmer on the shimmer. Babe, where you going, honey? Come here, let me see my little girl. Where's my little girl dog? Come here and see Mama. That is one hard-headed dog, I'm telling you. Love her to death, but oh, sweet Mary, does she have a mind of her own? There we go. Let the puddle extra paint dry and use them as skins. Oh. Ah! Trying to think out of the box, Pam, and throw you off. You'll never see it coming. Okay, now I do need possibly, I don't know. Can you guys see that? The colors on there, really? I wish I could stream with my other camera. But one must stream with a webcam, and mine doesn't zoom. But I like it. I don't think she has enough paint to have skins. Who knows? I need a little something black on here, though. And I think that'll rub a little of this on my shirt. That'll be pretty. No, Mojo's upstairs, Erica, and I think Babe just trotted up there. They'll come down if I call them. Did you want to see them? My little knuckleheads. Bless their hearts. I wonder if I can use that had blue on it. I mean, how can it hurt, right? Ew, it's got a lot of blue on it. Yeah, on my shirt. What do you know? Oh, no, my shirt has a hole in it. God forbid. Okay, here we go. Little Papa coming at you. Oop. That one got away from me a little bit. I just noticed when I concentrate. Oh, Pam, this really is lagging because you just said still no black and I'm about halfway finished with the black dots. Maybe one day our technology will make us so we are streaming and it is live, not lagged behind so far. I just noticed when I'm really concentrating, I don't talk. How boring must that be for you guys? Or actually, maybe it's a blessing. Oh, depends how you look at it. One more. Where are you going? Papa, where are you be, honey? Oops. Smeared that one. That's okay. It's out on the edge. Okay, there's a little Papa. See, when you see just that little sliver of any little bits of those designs that you'd tear off and use in a collage, not so bad. I mean, this wouldn't be, you know, frameable. I know. I think that was a little bit too much on that, but then again, you know, when you use it like this, that little stark black sticking out there with that gold and the little shimmery bits, it'll be all right. I kind of like it. So depending on how you tear it, that's what I always fool myself with this stuff because I'm always thinking about, you know, that looks like too much, but I'm only going to use a little strip of this. I'm going to tear off a little chunk and maybe use a piece this big. So it doesn't really matter. I could do half of this one way and half the other way or whatever, but yeah, not bad. I'm going to throw this in the water, I guess. Clean out all that stuff tonight. Oh, look at the purple wet paint here talking to me. I know you're going to say, what size paper are you using? Barb, this is actually half of the sheet. It was another time this long. It's I don't know what it is. It's like 18 by 22 or something like that. Here's the full sheet. And I cut it in half. I think it's 18 by 22. Pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know. Do we need any of those little purple? I know. But I feel like I need a little bit more purple. So guess what I'm doing, Erica? I mean, not Erica. Pam. Do you know what I'm going to do? You already know, don't you? Little hussy. Thinking in my head. It's scary in there, isn't it? I try not to go in there very much. Doing this. Paper by Utrecht. Yeah, it's Utrecht, I think. Yeah, need a little bit more purple in here. That's perking it up a little. Eight by 24, 18. Yeah. Some dark gray. Oh, I need another baby wipe. So, I added a little bit more purple circles. So, again, looking at a little sliver of it. There we go. And when you look at those little bits, not so bad. So, if my calculations are right, I got about 5 minutes left before my recording stops. Yep, Utrecht, that's the one. And oh, here it is. I could show you this. This is the matte medium that Jane Davies uses as well. So I picked up some of that. I thought if I use the same matte medium, maybe I'd be as good as her. That is shown to have failed. But anyway, I'm going to start signing off, ladies, because it's going to happen before I know it. Going on a puppy trip tomorrow. I'll be putting puppy pictures on Facebook of little Tess, Angie, Daisy, whatever we end up naming her. It was so funny. She said, if I ever get a yellow lab, I'm going to name her Sandy, because we were always beach people and always had boats and we're at the ocean, and always had my previous labs on the beach. And she said she saw one that was named Sandy one time, and that's what she thought she'd name her. And then when she texted me and she said, what are they thinking of names? I thought, what about Sandy? So they ruled out Sandy, apparently. I like it, Pam. And as we sign off, actually I need a little bit bigger one than that. Maybe this one here. Oh, you are such a good idea, girl. Thanks for joining, ladies. I know this is going to cut me off 3 minutes. I just got the 3-minute warning. Thanks for hanging with me tonight, and all your tips and puppy names, and I don't know what to think of Pam. She's scaring me. If anybody knows she's got a voodoo doll, it looks like me. Oh, you know what I want to ask you guys, and I'm going to get cut off, I know it. Does anybody know Gina, who was Little Canvases on YouTube? I was in touch with her. I bet it's over a year ago now. And we were emailing, and we talked about doing a Skype together. And all of a sudden, she just disappeared. And her YouTube channel's gone. I haven't found anything about her anywhere. Does anybody remember her or know if she's okay or what became of her? If you do, let me know if we get dropped off of here before you can tell me. Let me know. Either email me or on Facebook or whatever. But thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I love this idea. This really did it, Pam. I guess I would have thought of it eventually, since you're thinking like I do. But if anybody knows anything about... was it Gia? Gosh, now I'm forgetting her name. Gia or Gigi? I think it was Gigi. But she went by Little Canvases. Did some really cool videos too. I loved her videos. That's how I got hooked on her, and then she watched mine and liked mine, and there you go. So good night, all. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you hanging with me. I know it's going to knock me off in just another second. We'll do it again soon. Here's where we ended up with this one. That really did it. Night, Erica. Rain, Crafty Ass, Tam, Pam.